Hi, welcome to CFS Fibreglass. Today I'm with Paul Brettal and we'll be doing a section of flooring, preparing it and then using a high build epoxy after priming it with the epoxy. Now we're in one of our active workshops here, so you will hear noises in the background. Now what we've done, well Paul, you can explain, where have we been this morning?
Well, we've been down to a tool hire company to get this sanding machine. It's quite an old machine actually, the modern ones are far more effective now, but it does the job.
Can you show us the disc?
Yeah, it's got a disc underneath.
It's a copper disc with
double-sided disc.
Yeah.
That just sits, and the weight of the machine just sits onto the disc and holds it in place while it rotates.
Yeah.
So it's quite effective.
Now the workshop we're in is probably about 25 years, maybe 27 years old, and the current coating on the floor, as you can see, has worn away, but it is or was a polyurethane industrial floor paint for workshops. Now all we have to do, Paul, is what are we doing?
We're going to use a high build, the basic high build epoxy coat on here.
Yeah.
So we're putting a sealer down first and then a top coat. So before the sealer goes down, we've got to get a good key to this surface.
Yeah.
So we're just taking off the top layer to give a decent profile for the sealer to go into the concrete and bond.
Yeah, so we're basically abrading it, aren't we?
Yes.
Keying it, that's the word, keying.
Keying it.
And the epoxy will go down onto this.
The epoxy sealer will sink into this.
Yeah.
Go off over a few hours, and then we'll come back and put the second coat on top of that when it's dry. Okay,
there's a couple of interesting things we're going to mention about this machine. We have in the main warehouse a large dust extractor. In fact, this is it here, and we can, if we wanted to, attach it with the abrading machine using this. But when you see, we've already tried it.
Yeah. But you connect up and just connect the vacuum to that.
So we could do that, but we've decided because the dust level is so low.
It's fairly minimal.
Yeah.
Because there's already a bit of a coating on here, which we just, like you say, abrading.
Yeah.
If it was a different type of concrete, it might lift a bit more dust. But I think we.
The other thing that we thought we'd have to have is ear defenders.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I will be filming obviously when you have a go. In a minute, and the noise level is hardly. It's just like polishing the floor.
It's a fairly slow rotating machine. If it was a faster rotate, then I think we would be using the ear defenders. But
now Paul isn't particularly used to using one of these industrial polishing machines. No. Now one thing I always do is pop this.
Make sure the lead.
If you pop it up there, and then you normally use your leg to move it out the way. Well, we have had a go already, so what we're going to just show you now is the sort of noise level and us preparing the surface.
So, ready to go?
Yep. And then we'll just do one more sweep back, Paul. Just carry on and just go back towards the door. That's it. Right, we're back. We've prepared the floor, as you saw in the last video clip. We've masked off the area. We have our sealer epoxy coat ready to mix up now, which is, I think, what you're going to do now, isn't it, Paul?
Yes. Yeah. We've got the part A in here, which is the resin.
Which is like a standard grey, isn't it?
Yeah, standard grey. This is the part B, which is the hardener or curing agent. Now, it's very important to make sure you've got empty both containers. Yeah. Because this is quite an important mix.
Okay.
The two components, so we have to make sure it's all in the same container. So, empty this into here.
It's more critical than normal then.
It's more critical than a polyester or a vinyless. Yeah,
to get the mix exactly how it should be.
To get the mix exactly as it is, you need a scraper like this, and you need to be able to scrape all around the tin, because it's surprising how much is actually left in the tin itself. I mean, if you see that there, that's all that's been scraped off the sides.
Yeah, so that you're doing a good job of that then, aren't you?
You need the right tool, really. This is very handy.
Cool.
So it really is important to get it all out. Okay, right.
You happy with that?
Yeah, happy with that.
That looks pretty good.
Okay, we'll put that out of the way for now.
What's the
Right.
how long have you got before this starts going off?
Well, at 20 degrees.
Yeah, which it isn't today. It's
it
more
isn't
like
today.
it's 16, I think.
Yeah. I mean, probably 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, so it's no mad panic.
No, but pot life is probably a couple of hours.
The panic will be when you use that stirring device, that it sprays all over my...
Well, no, we won't let that happen. But it's very important to mix for 3 minutes.
Really?
I know that sounds a long
Oh,
time,
right.
but with epoxies you have to make sure it's totally mixed.
Well,
so,
shall I time it then?
yes, you can do.
Ready, steady, go.
And also make sure you get around all the edges at the bottom of the tin
Yeah.
to make sure that we're completely there.
Well, I'll give you a shout at the end of the 3 minutes. 'Cause
Okay.
I certainly ain't going to stand here filming you for 3 minutes.
Watching paint mix.
Dry. Yeah. Oh yeah, mate, mix. Yeah. Right, Paul, that's 3 minutes.
Okay, brilliant, thank
It's like the
you.
longest 3 minutes of my life. Cool.
Right.
So you can just pop that down there.
I'll put it in there for now. Actually, I'll put it in the tin. Right.
So we've got a nice rectangular bucket.
Good sized
Why?
bucket, yeah.
Why rectangular?
Well, yeah, we've got 12-inch roller there,
Oh yeah.
so that goes nicely into the bucket. The good things with these, it's got a curved bottom, so
Yeah.
the resin is always dropping back down to the base there. So again, we need to make sure that all of this material, make sure it's nice and clean.
Well, if you don't, you're just wasting it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I believe you're going to do the back wall just with a brush to,
I'm going to
establish a line so the roller doesn't
That's
brush
correct.
up against the white wall.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Now, I'm not going to scrape this tin with the one we just used because that's on mixed material in that one, so I'll get another one to scrape that out when I've
Well, you're ready to
gone on with the job.
get on now, aren't you?
Yeah, so
Are you going to paint at your normal manic rate, or just try and relax a bit?
I'll try and slow down a little bit.
Well, but people have remarked on how quickly you work.
Have they?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Well, that comes from laminating, you know, boats and things over the years. If you don't get on with it,
yeah, I know what you mean.
you know.
This is
Down
the trouble
to
when
a
you come to
production
the edge
process.
of you've got little,
Yeah, it's been vacuumed and cleaned off, but it's.
you always get some odd things. Okay, so we'll just leave you to get on with that for a few
Okay.
minutes, and then we'll come back and see you do a bit of the rolling.
Well, it's quite thick, as you can see, but this will go into the.
It is actually, yeah.
It will
When you think
mould.
that's a primer coat,
It will soak into the surface.
okay. Well, I'll be back in a minute when
Okay.
you start the rolling, because that's not going to take long with this massive roller, is it?
No, no.
It's a 12-inch roller. So
That's easy to it.
okay. Right, so we've Paul's painted the back line so that we don't get the roller on the white wall. So Paul, now it's it's time just to get on with the job, isn't it?
Rolling, yeah.
To put the sealer coat down. So I'm just going to let you get on with it and see how you get on. I won't film the whole of it, but we'll see you do a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Our first step of the roll is obviously going to take a lot of resin in, but you know, from then on you just carry on as though you're painting a normal painting job, really.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, what this will reveal is any imperfections in the floor. I mean, this was a very basic power floated concrete floor which has been used for the last, what did I say, 19, 20 years, something like that?
Yeah.
Probably more, 27 years. So it'll be very interesting to see how this section turns out. We agreed that if there were any major holes or anything, we'd have a go with some of the epoxy.
Yes, we'll use some filler.
Epoxy filler, yeah.
And then take the holes out and then rub them down and then we'll be ready to go.
What are you going to do if you get any little bits of grit or something?
I should take them out if my sealers that go along.
By hand?
Yeah, by hand
okay.
Or with a little scraper or something.
And the other thing is, are we going to pull the masking tape up?
Before, when we finish rolling, we'll take the masking tape away.
Today?
Yes.
Because tomorrow we'll be doing the final.
Well, I'll actually, we could do either, but
I think you could leave it till tomorrow.
yeah.
I'm just a bit worried that the epoxy will produce a sort of hard, crackly. I think. No, I tell you what, we'll pull it up today because it won't take long to put it down tomorrow again.
No, we can follow the line and just get it back down.
Well, it's looking pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I reckon when this is done, this is going to look a fantastic section. Because this will have like a pretty shiny gloss finish, won't it?
It will, yeah.
Except for the imperfections of the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you do this bit, and then I think I'm going to switch off. Switch off at that.
Yeah, so this first section I'll just track back all the way along. Say any bits I see I will take out.
Yeah.
And just make sure you've got nice coverage.
Okay. It's looking good.
Yeah.
Right, I'll leave it at that. So that's looking really good now. What did we reckon? It's 3 hours for it to walk on, is it?
Well, at 20 degrees it would be.
Oh, will it be longer then?
So it's going to be longer in this temperature.
Yeah.
So it should be left overnight, so you can come back the next day and put the top coat on.
Yeah. So definitely leave it overnight to cure.
I can see a little thing over there somewhere.
Oh, I can see it too. And is that a little hole there? Or?
That's a hole there.
Yeah.
We might. Little holes.
Yeah, we might fill that with some
fill
epoxy.
in, yeah.
How long will the epoxy filler take to?
A couple of hours.
Yeah. So if we did that first thing.
Yeah.
What was it? Insect?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll take the tape away now, I think. Retape it in the morning, and then do the bit of epoxy filling just to show it how it works, and then do the final coat. We always take this for granted, but we're just going to show you us removing a section of the masking tape. This is, you've actually used two layers of 2-inch, haven't you?
That's right, yeah, just to give it a bit more distance.
We were thinking we'd leave this till the morning, but of course if this dries to a really hard plastic edge, it would splinter. And so what we're doing basically is taking it up now. All right, Paul, I'll leave you to that, thanks. Right, we're back the next morning, and we've scuffed the floor up with some emery cloth just to take off any little blimps from dust. There's one or two little flaws in the floor that would be described as like small holes and things. And so we've mixed up some epoxy putty, isn't it? This one.
Yeah.
2-part epoxy putty. What's the time for going off and things?
About 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
on the temperature.
You've got to get on with it then.
Yeah.
And then how long before we'll be able to put the final?
2 or 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Just so it's gone solid to be able to just rub.
All right. Well, if you just do one hole and just show us how neat you can do it.
This is a 50-50 mix, so it's the one pot to the other pot.
Yeah.
50-50. It's called a filler, but there's also a finer grade putty as well that we can.
Well, it's like a body filler, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
So your
very high strength body filler.
Your ideal is really not to put too much down.
Yeah, we just want to get a
like a scraping.
Like a smooth surface, a bit like that.
Yeah. You wouldn't go any lower than that. Though. You wouldn't scrape it any fine. Oh, that's pretty good. And then we'll just sand that off.
We'll just sand off as you would like an ordinary body filler.
Okay. Right. Well, we'll leave it at that. You'll carry on filling the little holes, and then we'll be back to do the final coat after we've put the masking tape back down again.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
So we're back again. We've sanded down the patches that we applied to fill some various small holes. Wasn't actually necessary, but we did want to show you how to apply the epoxy putty to fill the holes. They're rubbed down. We've also scuffed. It's difficult to see, but we've also scuffed the surface to get rid of any little surface dots caused by or blebs caused by dust. And Paul now is applying
the final coat.
The final coat, yeah. So that probably the next time we come back with a video will be just to show the final job, won't it, Paul?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll leave it over the weekend, and then on Monday we should come back to find a really nice finished, hard wearing engineering epoxy floor. Well, thanks again, Paul, for all your help. You've been very useful, as usual.
Good.
Not much to say, but certainly very good at applying epoxy coating.
Good.
It's looking pretty good, that actually, isn't it? Funny, it's got almost like a stipple finish, hasn't it? But that will settle down. No, it's looking really good. Hey, one thing we forgot to show you, really because we don't need to use it in on this job, is if you have to go back onto a floor afterwards because there's some, it's still wet and might be some blemish that you want to eliminate. What you can use are these crampon type soles that you can apply to your boots. So they're, if we look at it in detail, this one, it's basically straps onto your boot, and you have these just really sharp, almost like nails that come out of the spikes that come out of the bottom, which when you walk on a wet floor, obviously they make a little pinprick, but then after after a second or two, the wet epoxy will just flood back in.
Yeah.
So Paul's managed to get one on. They're a bit of a fiddle because the first time you use them, you find the straps are in the wrong place. So you just let him put the second one on, and then see him walking on the wet floor and see what effect it has. So this video is Paul walking on a wet epoxy. Go on, just walk on it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, if you make a mess of this floor, you're going to be in big trouble. Head towards me, head towards the camera. Try not to smile so much. Try and look serious.
It's a very delicate operation.
And move to this side of me. Oh my God. Okay, and then can you manage to get off the floor? Okay. Well,
That is
thanks.
quite effective.
Well, yeah, because I don't. Can anybody see
I think
any?
the size of that pin.
Yeah. Can anybody see where he's walked?
In theory, it should be gone by now.
Yeah. No, nobody can see any. So
And I
that's
tend to use them on the screens more because
yeah.
you know
They're quite amazing. And next time there's snow, I shall be borrowing a pair of those. Okay, thanks again. Right, we're back after the weekend. It's Monday morning, and so we left it on Friday, and we've just come to inspect. Hello, what was that? Tell me, what's going on?
It's one of those noisy kangaroos out there.
Yeah, I think it's this F1 racing or something. Right, it's Monday morning and we're back after the weekend. We did this on Friday, didn't we? The final coat. So we've left it over the weekend. It obviously has gone off. It will be totally and utterly cured within 1 week.
Full cure, yeah. 1 week.
So we've obviously got you can see the reflection. It's just really high gloss finish.
That's right.
So there's a few insects that have fallen in it, but that's you'd expect in a operating warehouse. So the only thing we haven't really discussed is, and it is a bit complex, is the cleaner we used or the solvent we used for. How do you want to
clean the tools?
We've looked into this, and we used acetone, and acetone is fine. We have a lot of acetone here, so there's no problem. We would probably recommend we'd throw the tools away, Paul, wouldn't we?
We throw the roll refills away, yes, because once they're used, it's easy to just get a new one and use again. Plus the fact that if you are throwing them away, you've got to remember that to be discarded as non-hazardous waste, they've got to be cured for 7 days, so you'd have to keep them for the 7 days.
Yeah.
Then you can throw them away as I say, non-hazardous waste. But for cleaning the roller heads...
Yeah, obviously you can't throw those away, so we used acetone, didn't we?
We used acetone. You can use white spirits if you're working in a domestic area, perhaps.
Or xylene.
Acetone is a bit stronger solvent. So we choose to use that.
So it's generally throw the tools away.
Throw the brushes and the rollers away.
But if there's any hardware, you'd clean them with acetone, xylene or white spirit.
Yeah, clean it off in clean solvent and then ready to use again.
Okay, well is there anything else? I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think that's it. I mean, it's nicely cured. Over
Certainly looks
weekend.
really good.
Yeah. You could actually run a forklift on that now after 2 days, but the absolute full cure
after
is a week.
the
So
week.
it's better after a week. Yeah.
All right, well that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.